bragging about you. I mean, he may not be going and bragging about the specifics,
but he'll say, "I got the best one.
I got a good woman
if you
every
hear
which way."
That's right.
And I can say that about my wife. My wife doesn't. I know that there are times when I would like to do things that she doesn't like to do it. But I can definitely tell you that she takes care of those things.
There you go.
And it's a blessing.
You better keep that one.
Yeah,
better keep that one. That's right,
Don't
man.
let that one go.
Don't let it go. Don't let her go.
Yeah, amen. Yeah.
But I think that's really the point of this whole discussion is one, first of all, establishing realistic expectations. So I think that was one of the things that we mentioned. So obviously for some women, every day is going to be too much. But you should know that before you get into it. Because maybe you might want to choose a different woman, especially if that's important to you.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Those, people don't talk about that. But for those that don't talk about it, some of them don't even know.
They don't even know how to. Yeah, they don't even know.
They don't know what they're going to like because it goes back to what I said earlier.
Experience and exposure.
Exposure. If this person is his girth is too large or his length is too, and you don't know that. You don't know what you're getting into when you say I do.
Unless you done.
Unless you have experienced it. And then even then, if once you experience it and you saying, you know what, I like it, I love this person for all of his characteristics outside of that one little spot, that's gonna be the main source. That's gonna be the thing that's gonna drive the wedge, because if you can't handle it, then it's gonna create a lot of tension and animosity.
The Conversations from the Cave Show is produced by the Provox Media Group. The Provox Media Group provides custom digital media and production services to ethical businesses around the world. For more information, call 256-361-9127 or visit provoxmediagroup.com. Now, back to the Man Cave with Kirk Kennedy and the CFTC crew.
Well, I agree. I agree that can definitely be a source of conflict, especially if you have unrealistic expectations. But I think what you made as the original point is probably the most important thing, is you got to communicate. You got to communicate. Okay, this is the reason why this is difficult for me. Or this is the reason why I'm not feeling up for it today. Or this is what you could do to really help me feel more at ease or be able to take this time with you. These are the things. And then actually the responsibility then falls upon the guy to be mindful of those things. And then to say, you know what? I'm going to take this to heart. I'm going to see what I can do to try to be. Maybe she doesn't like the fact that you didn't take a shower before you got, you came off the road and you all dirt. Yeah. Or maybe she's the other way. She might like a guy who comes working outside and sweating and stuff, and that might be her turn.
A lot of salty meat. That's all.
Yeah, there we go.
She just like her meat salty.
What?
Oh my God.
We're talking about beef jerky.
Oh no. Oh no. It just went. I'm going to have to cut it.
At least we're going to edit these shows. These are all done live. These are all done live. Yeah, these are all done live.
He know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
this is in that dog show.
I guess we can't say that.
We can't say that on the air, man. You can't fall on salty beef with beef jerky.
I didn't say no beef jerky.
I said beef jerky. He said salty meat. I tried to clear it up with beef jerky. Didn't matter.
Oh man.
He's like, well,
there we go. This FCC gonna be all over us, man. All right. Oh, okay. We gonna have to edit the last 7 minutes of that.
Are you serious?
No, I think just the beef.
The salt. I don't know. I don't know.
Saying salty. When I say salty meat, I wasn't talking in the derogatory way. I'm just saying salty meat.
Yeah.
And I was trying to be funny and be like beef jerky. We were talking about beef jerky. Yeah. But then I think it still just sounds.
It still went south. So
I
just could. Yeah.
Because I was thinking, you know what? I don't like kissing a woman. After playing tennis and they just salty meat. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I didn't think about it like that. My bad.
And they call when you they call it Mr. Salty. Yeah.
I
never heard of that.
But okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh snap, this has gone way south because I know
I never heard of that.
Yeah, they call it Mr. Salty.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, okay, we can't say that.
Okay.
He said,
Mr. Salty. I was like,
You're listening to the Conversations from the Cave Show with host Kurt Kennedy and the CFTC crew. CFTC is available for digital download on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Spreaker.com. Want your church or men's group to host a CFTC Live Man Up conference? Contact the crew on Facebook or visit provoxmediagroup.com/manup2018. Now, back to the Man Cave with Kurt Kennedy and the CFTC crew.
So, we're back, and we are so excited that we've gotten a chance to talk about this topic. It's obviously one that has a lot of emotions. I mean, it is by far something that I think we're going to have to revisit. I don't think this is going to be a one-time show situation. And given the fact that of the group, I probably would say that my situation was a little unique. But of course, playing devil's
very obscenely unique, in my opinion.
But playing devil's advocate, I think it's important to at least cover the fact that there are some women who are just flat out broken. But for the vast majority of women, I think if they've chosen to marry, then they want to have a good marriage. And I think that the communication between a man and a woman will mean that that number of no's goes down.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I think, as you shared, that women who have a deep and abiding love for their husbands will recognize that the task of enjoying their husband in every facet is at the root of their ministry. That being a wife means more than just simply taking care of kids and being a mom. It actually means taking care of the man who gave you those kids and who's going to continue to try to be there for you in the thick and the thin. So I think that there is definitely room for that kind of thinking, and I like the fact that you brought that up. And the last thing that I think was really important was the importance of seeking the why. Understanding the why. Mm-hmm. So if you have a woman, gentleman, who, even though you might feel that this is your absolute right because you got papers, don't treat it like that, because nobody wants to be, that's not love. That's not love. And I think that people who recognize the importance of love will not be selfishly seeking their own needs first. And I think exactly. at the end of the day, that's what you guys are saying. You're saying, let's look at it from the perspective of how we as guys can meet the needs of our spouse, and our spouse can meet our needs. And it's a collaborative, wonderful ministry to each other's needs. And I think that's a very, very good point. Any other thoughts, gentlemen, before we wrap up this topic for this week?
No, just like I said, finding out that, what it is that's going on with the wife. And, have you had inside around the midsection? Are you, not, are you asking her too many times? Emotional, whatever it is. Are you not taking care of her emotional? Just find out the why. After that, it should get a lot easier.
And I will say this in my closing remarks. Sometimes, the why is not always the woman. Sometimes the why can be the man. As we become more comfortable with our wives, we tend to get a gut. We tend to become out of shape. We tend to lose.
Oh, I see.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
okay.
Physically, you're not appealing or attractive. I still love you, but you're not what I married.
Exactly.
Well, I told y'all that about that experience of me coming out of the shower, and she said, "What happened to the guy?"
Oh yeah. And I've gained a ton. And my wife's like, "Well, chubby hubby." So now everything's still good. It's just, I know that it'd be a lot easier. I wouldn't have to ask so much. You know what I mean? Not saying ask that, but you get the idea. It'd just be a lot easier. Come out the shower looking like Ben Diesel or something. You know,
Yeah.
you know. So
yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I think too that men, we have to take some. Can you? Okay. We have to take some responsibility in terms of remaining fit. We have to take some responsibility in terms of understanding the why. And I mean, I will make no excuse. I did pick up a lot of weight, so maybe that was the reason for not having it for 2 or 3 years. That could very well be it.
Again, you had an alien. I'm sorry, that's rude to say, but
it's possible. The 2 or 3 years could have been because I picked up 43 pounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank the good Lord I've lost them.
Amen. Yeah, there you go.
So,
right?
just want to put it out there. No, I just kidding.
All the single ladies.
Belly is flat now.
There you go. You good
got
now.
The 6-pack abs pumping. This show has gone totally off the rails.
They're looking for you.
It's gone totally off the rails.
Which one's Kurt? They're scrolling through the picture.
If they can't see us having a good time, man, or hear us having a good time, then
no
that
reason.
why tune in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we went off the rails on this one. I'm just saying it. This is totally not what I had in mind. Yeah, we went on the crazy train. First and foremost, we want to invite you back each and every week to another Conversations from the Cave. We want to also encourage you to reach out to us through our social media websites as well as our social media presence. We are moving to an hour format in the beginning of this new year, and step by step, we will be rolling out our new hour-long podcast as opposed to our 30-minute podcast. But in the short term, you'll still see the 30-minute podcasts, which will be divided into two. So you'll have to come back the next week for the second half of the show. The other thing is we would like for you to message us topics that you feel are pertinent topics that either as a woman you'd love to hear a guy's perspective on, or gentlemen, if you want to have guys voice the opinion that you think your wife might need to hear. So either way, feel free to reach out to us through our social media. Finally, we'd like to say love one another, and we will catch you next time.
The Conversations from the Cave Show is brought to you by the Alabama Cornea Care Center, Northern Alabama's first irregular cornea keratoconus and scleral lens referral center, specializing in the management of degenerative cornea disease and complications resulting from refractive surgery. The Alabama Cornea Care Center, helping patients see the light of the world. Conversations from the Cave is a copywritten production of the Provox Media Group, creators of positive, inspirational media for businesses and nonprofit organizations around the world. For more information, visit Provox Media Group at provoxmediagroup.com or call 256-361-9127. The views expressed are those of the panelists and not necessarily those of the Provox Media Group or its sponsors. Join us next time for more real talk from real men. Conversations from the Cave.